welcome back to another video. Now this video is part 2 of sort of a series where I am testing the Black Widows in Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. This is the US edition that has the whiter paper that is much smoother. So in part 1 I colored these little watermelon slices here, and I shared some tips and tricks that you can use to create a whole lot more depth and dimension and really make these little watermelon slices pop off the page. And I shared my experience with you in that video, how these pencils were laying down, how they were performing. So if you have not seen that video yet, I will link that in the upper right hand corner so that you could check it out. And then after you watch that one, you can come back to this one. In this video, I'm going to color something on another page that is a little bit bigger than just a little watermelon slice, and we are really going to put these pencils to the test. I will be letting you know all of the colors that I'm using, so if you want to color the same image, you can certainly do so. If you check the description box down below, I will have links down there for my Facebook group, my Etsy shop, my email list, and my Patreon if you would like to support me there. I also now have channel membership, and you can find more information out about that by clicking the join button down below. So I decided I want to color this little vase or canister here with the cute little flowers inside of it. I thought that would be a lot of fun. I chose some blues and some golds. So that's really what I want to be my color palette, because blues and golds really stand out off one another. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the flowers yet. I chose some colors that look like golds, so I'll show them to you here on the swatch chart. I've got gold, light bronze, and mahogany. Mahogany is right here. Light bronze is right here, and then gold is on the other side. It's right here. So it's really bright, vibrant, and pretty, and I think that'll really give my gold a pop. And then for the table, I chose some colors that would be good for wood. I've got 4 colors here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all. We'll have to see. But I've got tarantula. I grabbed that from the watermelon that I was coloring. When I really wanted to come in and add all of that depth, I figured that I would need it again. So here's our tarantula, and then here is the brown brick, and then I have dark tan, which is right here, and then I wanted something that was a little bit beigey, and so I went with the fawn here so that I could have a really nice highlight color. And then for the actual vase or the canister, I want it to be all blue and gold, so I'm going to do the top, I think, in gold, and then I'm going to do all of this around here in the background in blue. And so I have some really pretty blues here. I've got pleasant blue, storm blue, and zephyr blue. So the pleasant blue is right here. It's the lightest blue we have in this set, and that's why I went with that one. Pleasant blue, storm blue, and then to add all the depth and dimension I'm going to want to add, I grabbed my favorite blue from this set, and that is zephyr blue. So I think maybe we're going to start on the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and color this vase that's holding the flowers. So let me just come in here and add my highlight color first. Now I have my next color, which is light bronze. Oh, those look really pretty together, and the color is laying right down. And we'll have to see how well I did picking out a gold color combination. Now let's see how much we could change it up by adding in the mahogany. So I think this is going to make quite a bit of a difference. And the colors are laying down really nicely over each other and blending into one another really nice as well. So that was our first layer with all the colors, and I'm going to come back and just blend some of those out with my mid-tone, pull them down into that lighter color. And I feel like they are blending out nicely, but they do just take a little bit more work to blend on this paper, and I really want a combination of these two colors to make it look more gold. I have a lot of areas here where the colors are just not blending out the way that I want them to. I wonder if I'm going to need to grab a blender. So that color was not working to blend the darker one out, so I'm just coming back and using my mid-tone. But I want this area a little bit darker anyway, and then just a little bit more depth in here. But I think it looks gold. Let me go ahead and get this part of it and just add some color in here. And then I'll pull that through with my mid-tone too. There's so many little tiny spaces in all of the things in this book. I'm going to go ahead and do all the areas where I want gold first, because I just want this just a little bit darker. And then I'm going to come in here with my mid-tone and just go over that. And let's see what we could do with this, and if it looks a little bit better than that vase. I don't know. I think I need to blend some of those colors out, because I really don't feel like I got a good enough blend here. And I'm trying to go very, very lightly. But you know, sometimes when you're using colored pencils and the color is just not laying down, I don't know if y'all get the same way, but I get just a little frustrated And so it makes me go in with a heavier hand. And see, now they're getting a little splotchier. I don't know, y'all. Let's go ahead and pull this color down here as well. And then I'm going to use the gold to just blend it all out. It seems to be that darkest color that is not blending out the way that I want it to. Maybe if I lay just a little bit more of it. So I'm definitely going to have to come back and do something to fix this just a little bit more. So I'm already getting ideas for this. I'm thinking that I'm going to end up coming back and putting some glitter over it and using my stickles. But let's go ahead and do this bottom part here and get the table done. Okay, so I have fawn, and I'm just going to lay some of this down here, and then dark tan. So these colors are laying down a lot nicer than those other colors did. I don't know what it was with that one color. What color was that? I think it was the mahogany that wasn't blending out really nicely, but that was the only one color so far that I have had an issue with. The next color I have is brown brick. So now I'm going to grab the tarantula, and we're going to see how much extra depth and dimension we can create with this color. And see, this color is laying down very nicely, making a huge difference. It's layering nicely right over all the other colors, and I think here I just want this to be very dark. Okay, so let's start going backwards now and pulling in some of these colors. And see, with these pencils, I'm noticing once I get some of the color down there, they are moving around a little bit better. But then once I get quite a few layers down there, they're just not working at all anymore. You just really need to work with them. This is the fawn, and I'm just using it to blend in all these other colors. I would normally do with like another pencil set, I don't feel like I can do with these. I would like to get a whole lot more depth and dimension right in there. And I'm feeling like I have to push down really hard on my pencils. I don't know, I think it actually worked. So you're going to find you just really can't add a whole lot of layers with these to still be able to get that blendability. So let's go ahead and do the outside before we do any of the flowers. So I'm going to start with my pleasant blue, and I'm just going to start adding some color in here. And you're going to see how pretty this blue looks and really stands out from the golds or the yellows. And of course, with these pencils, the first layer always goes down really nicely. And then when I come in with the first layer and try to blend the next color in, that always goes down really nicely too. It's once you start getting some of these layers down on the paper that you're just pretty much done. This is the lightest blue that you get in the Black Widows set, so that's why I wanted to use this one. And then I have Storm Blue, so we're going to come in here and start adding a little bit of this, and this should make a huge difference. And I'm going to try to go really lightly here, and I really kind of want to do this just to add a little bit more depth and really make these other colors stand out. So I just really want to add this layer right over the top of the other color. And these blues are blending together really nicely. But again, this is only the first layer. I feel like even though I'm not totally happy with the blendability of these, after it all comes together, it's still going to look really beautiful. I might not even need my third color. I don't know yet. Let's see what happens here. So if you saw my last video where I tried to do a background with the polychromos in an image that is very similar to this one, they did not work as well as these. I had a lot of areas where they just did not blend out, but these Black Widows are actually working better than the polychromos did, trying to do the same type of thing. So now I have my darkest blue, Zephyr Blue, and let's see if we could just add a little bit of color here. What I have noticed is with this paper, this mono eraser works amazingly. Anytime I've gone out of the lines, I just grab that mono eraser and it takes it right up. So let me see how much depth and dimension I can get in right here. I do have a fairly sharp lead on my pencil. I feel like this color is making quite a bit of a difference. So after all this time working with these pencils, I'm finding that they just take a little bit of patience. So now I'm just using my Pleasant Blue to blend some of these colors together. And I don't know if you can see that, but the color's laying down. As far as the blendability though, I'm not really sure. They're just not blending as well as I would want them to. And I don't have that many layers down here. So the Zephyr Blue is still laying down, and so I am able to add quite a bit of depth with this color, but it's a very, very dark color. Okay, so we just need to do the flowers and the little leaves. And the little leaves, I think I'm going to use a Tombow marker for those because that's going to be super simple because they're just so tiny. So I'm just going to come in here and do all the leaves first. So I went ahead and took a yellow Tombow and I just colored in all the centers of all the flowers. And then I grabbed some more colors. I've got Plum Pudding, which is right here. And then I have Pastel Purple, which is right here. So those are the two colors I'm going to start out with. I may need something a little bit lighter. I don't know. The flowers are really, really small, so I don't think that I'm going to need really more than two colors. I don't even think I can get more than two colors down into these little tiny spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and add the Pastel Purple. Maybe I should do some purple and then some pink. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to add the Pastel Purple, and then I am going to use the pink in some of the other flowers. And I think these would be really pretty just straight colored in because they're so, so tiny. So some of these that are so, so small, I'm just going to straight color them. Maybe I'll grab another color because they are just so tiny. I am sitting here, I have my glasses on and I can hardly even see some of them. And it has been a long while since I have straight colored, but some of the things in this coloring book are just so super tiny. I'm trying to keep my colors separate so that I don't have the same colors touching. And then this one down here can be this Plum Pudding color. Oh, and then this one up here. I think I need a much darker purple to go with the Pastel Purple. So here's my Pastel Purple, and I think we need like deep purple or something. Let me go ahead and grab that. Okay, so I have my deep purple and we're going to go ahead and add some of this in here. I think maybe we should add some blue flowers to bring out the background here. And I think I want to use whatever my mid-tone was. I think it was the Storm Blue. So let's go ahead and make some of these blue. And again, I'm just going to straight color these in. Oh yeah, that adds a little bit to it. So I can't find my gold stickles. I'm not even sure I have any, but I've got sunflower, and so I'm going to use that in all the areas where I've got some gold. Oh my gosh, it's literally all over my hands. It got all over my hands when I was testing it because I don't ever like to just lay the color right down on my pages. I like to make sure that it's going to look good first. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all could see that, but that is really glittering. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here and try to cover up some of those areas where the color just would not blend together the way that I wanted it to. You know, there's always fixes all of the time. And it totally covered all of that up. And then let's just do some of the centers of the flowers and give them a little bit more depth here. Oh my gosh, see? All you need is glitter, and glitter fixes everything. Okay, y'all, it is done, and I really love the way that this turned out. And of course I came in with my glitter, and glitter always fixes everything. So I really do love it. And of course I've got those little tiny flowers in there, and little tiny flowers are always difficult. I would have liked to get a little bit more depth and dimension with those flowers, but the whole point of this video was just really to show y'all how these pencils perform. I'll probably come back and work on it a little bit more. So I hope this video was helpful. If y'all grab your Black Widows and use them in this US edition of Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder, I would love to see what you've done. If you would like to, you could share it in my Facebook group. And if you want to tag me, you surely can do that too. If you follow this tutorial and use all of the same colors, or even substitute some of the colors because you found something different, please share that with me too as well. Everything that you've seen in this video will be linked in the description box below. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Happy coloring. Bye.